Thank you, sir. May I now invite Dr. Srinath Vijay Kumar, Assistant Professor at IIT Palakkad and co-founder of Revin Krishi Private Limited, for sharing insights about his startup initiative. Welcome, sir.
Hi all, very good morning, and thank you for the team and well organizing the things around, and nice to meet you all. And so today I came here to give an outline about what we do, especially what all activities that we carried out. There are two articles that I will highlight. One is on as a faculty at IIT Palakkad, what we are executing or what all the activities that we do. Second is, as a faculty, there are certain limitations in terms of taking out the kind of technology that can be effectively transferred. So in that, what are the limitations that we faced and how we overcome in setting up, and also the ideal way, or I can convey that what are the effectiveness in taking out I know that most of the research work may not be able to convert to the products. There are certain areas that can have a huge impact. So we identified certain key areas and how we took forward and setting up the things. Yeah. So before going forward towards the talk, I just brief introduction. I did my MS PhD postdoc from IIT Madras. Then I worked in Pune for quite some time, and then I went to IIT. I came to IIT Palakkad about 6 years back. There I was working on research sites, basically on sensor development, interfacing circuits, electronics, and embedded sorts of things. Then we came to know that, okay, of course, we are doing many research activities that are very good for the kind of societal things. But at some point, the kind of fun, I would say, it's limited by publications, patents, and all. So if you want to really push the boundaries, I feel that the need for the kind of technological transformation to it there, and in that incubation units play a very crucial role. And with the support of IIT Palakkad, we taken forward setting up two activities. One is on the setting up a center that exclusively work for agri-tech innovations, and then setting up a startup named Revin Krishi that help us to take the technology transfer from there. Of course, this is one of the startups that we associated. There are many startups from the part of the center. And a quick overview about the center. This is like India's first of its kind deep tech research center that focuses on few pinpoint areas. I would say there are huge challenges in terms of agriculture as content. So we felt that the need for a technological gap, and we understand, for example, accurate information in the agricultural field. So we identified there are few critical senses that needed with the help of the kind of research, and then how we can execute it. And second aspect is like how cost effective these are. Of course, there can be many good technologies that are available, and how well this cost effectiveness can come into the place, and how I would say the accuracy of these senses or accuracy of the data are there. Okay, and that is one thing. And there are, to solve that, we developed many such activities on that front. And so we focus mainly on sensor development and few deep tech activities on AI models as such. There are few models also we generated, and that gives excellent performance in terms of accuracy enhancement and many other activities. So now I will take you to a few activities that we carried out with the help of the Revin Krishi. So basically, Revin Krishi, basically that's highlight only for democratic data-driven agriculture. So what we effectively do is, we know that there are a lot of challenges that coming from the societal aspect in terms of the kind of land availability, and then at the same time, as time moves on, we can see that the limitations of the quality of food that we generate. And as we move again forward, we know that the kind of arable land is getting reduced. And then what can be a solution to enhance the productivity in a very simpler way? That's what the whole idea behind starting up the kind of Revin Krishi in that aspect. And second thing, maybe you might have heard a lot about the kind of the innovations that happened in the agri space by Mr. Amit. And I will also take you to a few of those, and then how we overcome and something like that. So then one more important aspect along with the kind of challenges that we face is, okay, climate change. I'm very happy the kind of theme that we this year is transforming, technology transforming for a green future. So in that line also our work that we support or enhance kind of data-driven aspect on what, as example, what is the kind of climatically favorable conditions that are taking care. Basically, കുറച്ച് നാളുകൾക്ക് മുന്നേ പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ നമ്മളൊരു കൃഷി ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ആദ്യം മണ്ണറിഞ്ഞ് ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഇപ്പോൾ കൃഷി ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ മണ്ണും ചെടിയും കാലാവസ്ഥയും അറിയണം. Basically, that means it's like what are the climatic factors that are affecting the crop, that also plays a very crucial role. And more importantly, how these climatic patterns affect those different crop patterns. So that is the way we already focus, or we are focusing on that front. So in that direction, we are developing 3 solutions in that front. One is Revin site that take the real-time weather information, soil information and plant information to convey what things are. And second aspect is a sky pulse that captures I would say the kind of information that is spread across the farm. And then we have a simplified mobile application that called log that conveys what exactly is the insight that are generated from these devices to an effective way of communicating to the farmer. That can be using cartoons, like, okay, these are the conditions, because farmers or growers at some point they are more interested in knowing, okay, what action they need to take more than what data they are generated from that. So this is very quick about that. I will take you very brief on a small video on how this Revin Krishi works. Can you play the video? Yeah, that's very short of activities that we do. And now I like to go to the slides. Yeah. So like you have seen in that video, there are 3 angles that we try to solve the issue. One is on gathering the information, that is through Revin site, and then having a spread across information throughout the farm, and that will use the sky pulse, and then how to convey those information effectively to the growers or farming community, that we use the log. And we know that different growth phases, these treatments need to be different, and that conditions need to be fused to different climatic conditions, plant, soil, and something like that. So there we have different sensors that monitors different information from the soil, plant, and then the weather information. We collect more than 22 parameters ranging from different. So these are the parameters that we are collecting, and then we have a lot of analytics running behind that, and those analytics will help us in getting the solutions in most effective way. A few examples I can pinpoint, like soil moisture. The need of soil moisture, I hope you all are aware. So example, as the plant grows, the root size is going to be enhanced. Then we need to have multi-depth soil configuration in the loop. And then, and most importantly, the soil sensors are always prone to water, then the lot of ions in the soil, then what is the life expectancy of the soil and something like that. So we have developed the solutions. For example, we have patented soil sensors that don't have a metal in contact with soil, but still capture the information of moisture very accurately. And in addition, it can also measure the electrical conductivity. That's very crucial in some, especially some crops. So there are, that's one solution that we put forward. And then there are, for example, growing degree days. So we might have seen that if you go to the field, some regions of the crop has grown more, whereas some regions has not grown that, even though you planted at the same time. So this is depending on the difference between something called as growing degree days. So we exactly quantify that, and that will help you to plan your harvest cycle. So when exactly you need to harvest and many kind of things. So these kind of studies also coming out from that. And then the need of wind direction and wind speed or something like that. You can see that if you identify one pest in one particular corner of the field, and even for identifying the pest, there are different favorable climatic conditions that allow to that, and those conditions we can give. These are the probable list of pests that is going to affect those regions, and from there we are able to say that okay, if that pest is identified, what is the growth or what is the movement of the pest in that direction. Many those analytics are running on that, and then these are just few examples. There are a lot of things, and most importantly, if you look at the kind of spraying condition that you need to apply, like the importance of nowcasting and forecasting of the climatic conditions. For example, no rain windows. Even you could look at very simple example on that. If you apply some pesticides, maybe the rain got just washed away. So there are some few hours, for example, 8 hours window in such a way that the minimum kind of whatever the applied fertilizer or pesticides that needed by the plant to absorb or something like that. So exactly we pinpoint these informations, and where farmers don't need that numbers, they actually need what are the insights in that need to perform. So we make the job little bit more simpler to them. So like we have a model that runs in the system itself, and whichever is required to the send to the cloud, that only will be running. So it's like a edge computing enabled device. So it's like to give you more layman times, it's like the device will sitting on the field that will have the same like if how the plant needs to communicate to the farmers. So like that, this device will be sitting in the field, and that has the same that will like same stress conditions, maybe either temperature or many other conditions, stress conditions. And then what? So this device will actually monitor all these stress, and maybe the plant may be happy if due to, and those kind of things are analyzed in that. And but only thing is this device will be able to measure the information, and our models, especially the AM models, will run inside the device and say that okay, what is it causing that stress, or why the plant itself is happy. So we'll pinpoint that, and that information will be given to the farmer, and we will be all giving the localized information like spot application on where exactly the kind of action need to be performed. So these kind of things are enabled. So we like to the same farming system that we grew, and we like to have a like sustainable in way that minimum resources, and which will eventually help them to plan their things activities, and as well as resources. That's also one of the important activities that we help growers to take care, because the resource allocation is also one of the critical aspects. Maybe in one simple example is like if you look at the yellowish of the leaf, that may be due to nitrogen deficiency, but in some cases you will spread throughout the field the ammonia, whatever the things required, but it may not be the case. Only those regions where the nitrogens are deficient, we need to those information, like the effectiveness of those kind of things. These are the activities that we perform with the help of the revenue side. These are the kind of activities, very brief about what all things we take care, especially on the pest and disease management, and then optimizing irrigation schedules, and then the nutrient and plant growth management, and then the weather monitoring as well as the field planning and all the activities that can be enabled with this. So it will be very effective if we can also take care not only for the growing community, you can also take care of this for the research side. Okay, if you are giving that much resources to the plants, whether those timely actions made any implication at the field level, those kind of insight can be also made. It's like a hyper local weather information enabling with AI insight can be made. So we do a lot of customizable with respect to the growing communities are requested. So that kind of customization actually make this device more a value addition, and which we are happy that we are contributing back to the cause. Yeah, these are the few deployments that we take care, and still more things are actively happening. And to begin with, as a faculty at IIT Palakkad, initial days were very challenging. We developed something, and when we go to the growers or farmers, they were saying that we don't want your technology. I'm doing farming for more than 25 years, and I'm happy with the way things are, even though there are many challenges they are addressing. So we told, okay, fine, you can continue the same way. Can you give a small region in your field so that we can at least do, okay, whether the effectiveness of the device is there or not. So then he allowed us, okay, and we again promised whatever be the loss that happens with this, we will be able to compensate. So then what he did the farming in a conventional way, and then with the help of the technological support, he also, we every week we go to the farmer field and we see that, okay, this device, what are the recommendations and what all the kind of things, whether it's done for a small region that we allotted for us. And then we, after few days, the kind of leaf size, the kind of number of leaves, many kind of parameters were able to visible to our eyes. And once yield comes, then he was confident, okay, things are working, even though even though he may feel that, okay, the watering kind of thing, the plants are happy if waters are there always in the soil. It's not the case. There will be some instances where it will be more stress if waters are also there. So he tried to convey, even though these parameters are there, okay, what is actionable along with some scientific evidences we conveyed him. So he's now happy with the kind of way, and now he's referring to his farmers community, and now things are spreading across. That's where we are. So even though challenges were there, even though we make something, we felt that the kind of training that need to be given to the farming community is also very important in this aspect. Yeah. So this is named as Revin log. So it will logs the information. So what it actually do is, like, it will conveys okay, the kind of weather information or plant information or soil information, and then, okay, what exactly need to be done. So, and farmers especially, they are, as I mentioned before, they don't want actual data to be, they know what is actionable that need to be executed. So in that regard, this helps us to convey things in a more cartoonistic way, like, okay, how plants are happy. Then plants are happy means you will be having a smiling face on, and then if there are some stress condition, it can be due to heat or water or many conditions are there, it will convey those stress conditions effectively through this app, and it's available in Play Store. This is more details are there, and then it will help the farmers to plan their things effectively and convey in a most effective, because especially the farming community, even though there are many progressive farmers are there, if you look at some of them, they want to know the things in the most I would say simplified form. So we try to help with them on that. And this came with the feedback with working closely with farming community. That's also very important when we do a lot of research activities. We need to actually know, okay, you may be doing very wonderful things, but how do you actually convey things to the farming community? So this kind of feedback from the farmers help us to refine the things further. So this is on Sky Pulse. So basically what it does is, like, if you scan your farming land, there are different elevation profiles are there, and how many sensor nodes we need to place in such a way that this will optimize the resources or the data that we captured. So in that aspect, we had a lot of trials on that. Then we felt that the kind of challenges on sensor identification or the node identification is also the main important aspect. So then we scanned the entire field with help of a Sky Pulse, and then we identify what are the soil texture variation and what is the elevation profile, and then we help know that where to optimally keep the sensor, especially the site, and then if you keep the site at that point, what is the relative information of that, say example soil moisture related to the X distance, and all these approaches are running in the device. So we can pinpointly say that, okay, with that percentage error or with that percentage accuracy requirement, whether we are conveying that entirely field. So this helps us to enhance the range of operation within the field is concerned, and that is one thing. And second aspect is like, second aspect is like this kind of device will pinpointly say that, okay, if the leaves, I would say, the conditions that are varying with respect to different spectral information, spectral bands are concerned, like what is the kind of, even the leaves are getting the yellowing issue, or what are the different, the optical bands are there that will convey the NDVA and different indices that will convey us, okay, these regions are affected due to stress because of these so and so parameters. So this need to be scanned maybe once in a month or once in 2 months, so that the entire spectral or variation across the fields are monitored, and then the models are running to pinpoint, say that, okay, this region needs this recommendation, and that can be planned in an effective way, and that also coordinate ways will be able to convey. So not only just one device, only a small region it is covering, with the help of the Sky Pulse, entire farming land can be covered within a more effective way. Yeah, these are a few test cases which are also supporting in the farming community, especially the kind of pesticide use they initially planned. So then a lot of trials and a lot of studies we set up, and then we came out the kind of numbers, and basically what are the numbers we quantified, is that actually making sense or not. So that's what kind of things we tested, and a lot of research are going on, and of course a lot of field trial helps to validate the kind of researches in this direction. Yeah, this is also one work that we do, especially help out the Sky Pulse. Especially, you need to know the exact quality of the kind of resources that you, or the materials that you're collecting from the field, and where exactly the kind of the leaves, or whatever the yield that you're going to get is to the mark with the kind of requirement quality that you have. Especially this is concerned with the help of, with exporting and many things. If you look at, if one batch or kind of things got rejected, the entire kind of things are getting rejected. So this will ensure that all the materials are that you're harvested are of right quality, and it will help us to segregate things in the most effective way. These all comes especially from the kind of customizable requirement from the farmer side. These are few examples on that regard. Yeah, so this is an overview about what all things we achieved so far in terms of the sustainability goals, and what are the respective numbers that we achieved. Especially these are very crucial in terms of the kind of activities that we performed are we supporting to the course, and then these are the other trainings that we do, especially when educating the kind of youth in farming and associate things, and they are also curious to know, okay, what these kind of things are. If these data are available, these can be more detailed, more inferences can be made. So these all conveys from their field study. So we try to customize those kind of inputs to our need, and we are giving them the kind of offerings on that basis also. Yeah. At the end, the device, we are able to support the farming community with this kind of advantages that we have pinpointed, and we are in a process of getting these numbers even higher, and I am sure that coming days it will be the kind of technological need that will be able to help and kind of the agricultural requirement, and in all that angle, if you look at the challenges are facing, but we make the problem statement in a very simplified way, and that to pinpoint, okay, what exactly the need, and the farming community is also happy in terms of, okay, what are the recommendations that we do in terms of the kind of next week what are the resources they plan, and few months what are the resources they're planning. Everything are well in par, especially the kind of the cost and other factors in place. Yeah, and thanks to our supporting farming community, and yeah, if you need more details about this, feel free to contact Ravin Krishi, and yeah, thank you, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to take it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Now the stage is open for discussion. Any questions?
Thank you, sir. Very nice presentation and a great initiative. So my doubt is regarding the data quality side. So you had said you have a soil moisture sensor and you're calculating the evapotranspiration and all. So how you're validating the data? Suppose soil moisture, how you're validating it, and what is the accuracy of it, and what will be the cost of the entire system? If I am looking more towards the data quality. So, and how you are calculating the evapotranspiration? Is it normal Penman Mondit using temperature, rainfall, like that? And what is the rainfall measurement system inside the Raveen Krishi instrument? Yeah.
Thank you for the question. And yeah, it's very important to know the quality of data that you're generated. And so what we did is like initially, we develop sensors if there is a huge need. We don't develop some sensors, for example, the rain gauges and all. They are having good accuracy as far as agriculture things are concerned. Whereas some sensors, not only just quality matters, the kind of how robust things are when the conditions are favored. That's what one of the reasons we started developing soil moisture, and then on top of that we developed EC, and many things are on top. And then if you look at the soil moisture itself, the main challenge was how durable these sensors with respect to different conditions. For example, the kind of the ions present, water there, and how the soil will be able to corrode then metal in place. So all this we overcome with a new sensor, which is no metal in contact with soil, but it can capture the pinpoint information on that. So we tested our sensor with respect to gold standard devices which are there in ICER, and also we tested our devices. We also have a weather monitoring device which is of Davis and few other US counterparts. All those things tested were there, conducted in a rigorous way. And the overall cost of this device is effectively 1.6 lakhs. And that is if you look at a few maybe 5 acre plus farmers, it will be the ROE can be even few to maybe 6 to 7 months on basis of what kind of crops you're cultivating and something like that. So we also give a recommendation on those kind of activities. Yeah. And regarding the EC, the ET, evapotranspiration, so there are a few different approaches we are calculating. Yeah, then our AI models are capable of equating I know that recently the studies are more focused on CO2 implication on then the kind of temperature and major factors. So we are also working on that aspect to enhance the ET measurement and all. So it's like you can see that this is like a device who makes the data more accurate, and the models that will help us to refine those data in more refined and kind of the estimations are on par with the gold standard devices. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Could you give a brief idea on how satellite remote sensing helps in studying crop growth and development?
Yeah. So yeah, it's a very important question. So you might be seeing that most of the data even can be obtained from satellite data. And the challenge with especially satellite data is like, okay, you can get a wide, the grid size will be more. Grid size is the dimensions of how the data can be calculated from the ground level. So the grid size is more. So you might be able to pinpoint, okay, what exactly the regions are. Of course, there are many algorithms are coming in place that will enhance the overall quality. But in some cases, especially South India, not only the grid size matters, there are something called cloud cover. So the kind of cloud that is available on the kind of sky, that will limit some of the information's accuracy and something like that. So those kind of things are also in place. We are working closely with ISRO in terms of how to enhance their ratings and all. And these kind of informations will be able to, this ground calibration device will be able to enhance those information, and in the long run, you'll be having a time where you don't need sensors in the field, but most of the information can be accurately estimated. Yeah.
So what about the maintenance of the system? Like once you installed it, how you are doing the maintenance?
Yeah. So maintenance, there are different aspects. So one is on the software side and as well as the device side. So if you install it, the kind of the offerings are like throughout the year we'll be having end-to-end maintenance on that front, and as well as software charges are there. Software things are covered. So maybe after 1 year, maybe depending on the case-to-case aspect, okay, what exactly the need that you're there, we customize on that aspect as well. Because all the farms we don't treat as equal. There are some differentiating factors. Otherwise, the solution won't be pinpoint. So those things also will consider in the place, yeah.
Any other questions?
Hi sir, very nice presentation. I have curiosity to ask one question. So what about the animal conflict, wildlife animal, something like, because I'm asking about our geographical context. So IoT based is leading in the global sense, I know. But what about in Kerala perspective, like Wayanad and Palakkad? We have fragmented farms, small areas, small acres. And most of the time the animals, whether it is wild or not, like or even in a pig or some. So you have any sensor for that to detect or to get any alarm like?
Okay. So what are the solutions we have showcased? That's not connected to the human-animal conflict. However, we have requirements, and the kind of team is working on that aspect on developing few specific sensors in that monitoring the movements of animals within the vicinity with respect to daylight or night or different conditions. Even though there are some coverings are there, maybe the tree cover and all those things, there are things are happening in space. Few years down the line, we'll be able to give you some good accurate sensors on that front. Yeah, because if you see that in general, the IoT things are matured. There are some limitations to the sensor side which is not capable of penetrating that things. So we are pinpointly working on those fronts, and yeah, we'll get back maybe in a few months or years down the line. Yeah, I would say few months. Yeah.
Yeah, most of the sensor is grounded with, so it will be solved in future.
Yeah, you are asking about the current solution that we show?
Yeah, you have any sensors already equipped with this system or yet to fix?
No, for monitoring the...
For monitoring, even for the damage of the sensor, you are, most of the sensor you are fitted with the ground.
Okay.
So like a pig or even wild boar, they can come and distract.
Oh, you mean, okay, you mean the human, the animal that can come and destroy the kind of things. Yeah, of course, if whatever the vicinity the animals comes in there, of course they will also try to hit this. So there cannot be any solution to overcome that. Yeah, of course, we will, I think, take it up on what kind of things are damage that happens, and things on that front we will take it up. Yeah.
It's very common in Kerala because not only the wild like elephant or tigers, even a small like a peacock or something, they will affect the sensor itself and affect the crop itself. So
no, this kind of device won't get, even though they, peacock especially, they once can be, they won't affect any damage or because the kind of things are very sturdy. However, if someone is pulling that or something like that, that's off, no, we cannot help on that front because the device will all treat like, okay, something is standing in the field and collecting the real-time informations what the plant is facing. So someone tried to intrude on that aspect. For now, there are no such solution that this device can help you on that. Yeah.
So already applied any farms in Kerala, anywhere, even in Palakkad, do you have already installed?
Yeah. So we have many field installations happened in Palakkad, Trivandrum, E-Road Belt, and yeah, so and so.
So what is the return back, sir? What is the investment and what is the output like for the farmers, whether it is profitable or yet to
of course
challenging?
Initially the kind of we try to understand, see to the farmers to know what exactly the pain areas are there, and we give customizable solution to those farmers, and that will help them to make the kind of the collaboration more stronger with us. So things, whatever the collaboration happened, they are happy with the kind of solution that we put forward, and they are coming with more requirements in terms of there are many more challenges that they are facing. So they are like offloading their pain area, and we are trying to address those solutions, and that equation is working well. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I hope there is no more questions. May I invite Dr. Arunachalam, Director of Jawaharlal Nehru Tropical Botanical Garden and Research Institute, to present a memento as a token of gratitude and appreciation. Now, let's hear about KCST's initiatives. I invite Dr. Sharon BM, Scientist B, KCSTE, to share insights into the technology business development initiatives of KCSTE.
Good noon, and welcome to the presentation on the innovations with commercialization potential and social impact from the R&D centers of KCST. So, respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, budding entrepreneurs, students, and other delegates of the KCST, officials from KCST and its R&D centers. Now, a very good morning to one and all. Now, we are moving to my presentation. Now, just an introduction about KCST and its R&D centers for those who are new to this. So, KCST was established as a Science, Technology and Environment Committee in 1972, and it was later restructured as KCST in 2002. So, KCST has presently 8 R&D centers under its umbrella. So, as you can see, we have the Institute of Climate Change Studies located at Kottayam, then the Jawaharlal Nehru Tropical Botanical Garden and Research Institute at Trivandrum, then we have the Kerala Forest Research Institute here at Thrissur. We have the CWRDM for undertaking research in water management and water resources. It is located at Calicut. Then we have the National Transportation Planning and Research Center again at Trivandrum. Then we have the Kerala School of Mathematics at Calicut. Then the Malabar Botanical Garden, Institute for Plant Sciences at Calicut. And last, the Srinivasa Ramanuja Institute for Basic Sciences at Kottayam. So, as the name suggests, all our 8 R&D centers, they mostly undertake research that are relevant to Kerala perspective. So, the research output from the R&D centers of KCST need not always translate into products. It could be a technological solution that are passed to the line departments for implementation. But we do have some technologies that have got commercialization potential, and some of those technologies will be discussed here today. So this is a technology from CWRDM. It's a magnetic bead for removing nitrates from nitrate contaminated drinking water. So the source of this excess nitrate in drinking water is like usage of nitrogen-rich fertilizers, excess usage of nitrogen-rich fertilizers in soil, then leakage from septic tanks, then animal waste that is directly dumped onto the soil. So these are all sources of nitrate, excess nitrate contamination, which can lead to potential health hazards such as blue baby syndrome, then thyroid problems, cancer, respiratory issues and all. So here in this work, Dr. Smita from CWRDM, she has developed magnetic beads which can be directly put into the water to get a filtered water sample. So after some time, the filtered sample will be removed of nitrates. So she has used a ternary nanocomposite system for achieving the result. So it is filed for the patent is filed. Now we are awaiting the results. Okay, next is also developed by Dr. V.S. Smita from CWRDM. It's a nano tracer for hydrogeological tracing. So the lab scale prototype of this is developed. Now they'll have to do the scale up studies. So she has developed a nano tracer based on carbon dots and silica suitable for groundwater studies. So the applications of this hydrogeological tracing is that we can identify the pollutant source, underground pollutant source, that is contamination source identification. Then it can also be used to determine the flow and rate of velocity of water, that is underground water. Then it can also be used for environmental impact assessment. This is again a technology from CWRDM developed by Dr. V.S. Chitra. It's slaughterhouse wastewater treatment. Through this technology, she has come up with a technology to remove the biological nutrients from slaughterhouse wastewater. The peculiarity is that in the wastewater treatment plants that are being deployed in Kerala, they don't remove this biological nutrients. Other substances are removed from the slaughterhouse wastewater, but biological nutrients are retained, which again is dumped to the soil. So as we saw 2 slides earlier, it will lead to nitrate contamination, contaminating the underground drinking water sources and all. So this also, the lab scale prototype is developed. Now further scaling up is required. Now, this is a wastewater or grey water treatment and together with bioenergy production using microbial fuel cell. So, just to get to the introduction of microbial fuel cell, it's an electrochemical system that converts chemical energy to electrical energy through reactions that are catalyzed by microorganisms. Now, here the system, actually the peculiarity of the system is that it simultaneously treats the wastewater and it also generates electricity. So it's a hybrid system, and it can be deployed in rural areas to for a sustainable wastewater treatment as well as for power generation. Now, this is a highly ambitious project that is undertaken by CWRDM. As we know that recently Kerala is prone to a number of landslides. So this is actually a laboratory flume setup to simulate real world conditions. So this can be used to predict landslides and to come up with mitigation technologies and all those things. Now, this is again developed by CWRDM. It's a climate smart agriculture models or decision support tools for water and nutrient management. It is actually a set of softwares that are embedded into the DSS80 website. So these softwares, they can be used in their respective areas. As you can see, the coconut irrigation advisory system can be used in coconut cultivation. Then we have the water quality decision support system. Then the nutrient budgeting system. So all these software tools can be used in irrigation and agriculture purposes. This is again another software that is developed by CWRDM. The CWRDM Hydra software. It can be accessed from the CWRDM website itself. So this is actually a software that provides data, rainfall data over the past several years from Kerala. It not only provides data, but it also provides the rainfall analysis trends, like the rainfall box plot, then the rainfall seasonal decomposition, and other analysis data also it gives. The next one is rooftop rainwater calculator. This was also developed by from CWRDM. This is actually a very simple technology, but a very useful technology that can be used in common households. So this is an interface to compute the volume of water that can be harvested from a rooftop. So according to that, they can purchase tanks, storage tanks for storing the rainwater. Now, these are the other market-ready technologies that have emanated from CWRDM: low-cost soil-based automatic irrigation system, automatic wick irrigation system, then biometallic nanocomposite microsphere for water filtration, and other technologies also. So, some technologies are also in pipeline: soil and water conservation measures management system, nutrient management system, then water cat, etc. Now, this is a technology from NatPac. It's emergency vehicle prioritization system. So we know that Kerala roads are very congested, and when the red signal is on in a traffic junction, the emergency vehicles get stuck, and some of them, to bypass the traffic, they take the wrong lanes also. So that can also lead to accidents. So NatPac has come up with a system. This is a collaborative project with Keltron. So they've done the on-road trials of the system, and they have observed the improvements in the system, and now they are in the process, along with Keltron, they are in the process of deploying the system across the cities of Kerala. Now, this is a herbal healthcare kit that is developed from JNTBJRI. It actually consists of 8 herbal medicines or herbal drugs that are useful for the common ailments, for common conditions like common cold, fever, etc. And 5 of these tablets have to be taken internally, and 3 for external application. like for cuts, wounds, sprain, inflammation and all. So all the drugs are simple, effective and very safe drugs that can be taken. So the preclinical studies have been completed, and preliminary clinical studies have also been completed. Now they have to move further before commercialization. The next one is the herbal cough syrup. Again from JNTBJRI, it actually consists of only 2 ingredients, but it is proven to be effective against cough-related ailments and allergic-related cough also. So as we can see, the cough syrup-based market in India is expected to grow annually by the rate of 9.11% in the coming years. So we are expecting to have a good, we do expect to have a good commercialization potential for this product. Now, another one is Vaji. It's actually a sports medicine. It's supposed to be a tonic that can be taken by sports persons. Again, it's a herbal formulation that is safe to use and very effective also. Preclinical studies have been completed, and preliminary clinical studies are in the process. Next is a multiple therapeutic drug. Again, this is also a novel polyherbal formulation. And it has got multiple therapeutic effects such as anti-diabetic, anti-fatigue, hepatoprotective and antioxidant also. Now it has got no side effects, and the patent is already granted for this technology. The preclinical studies have been completed, and clinical trials within other institutional collaborations are to be carried out. Now another one is this novel hepatoprotective drug that has been developed, and agreement is signed with Aushadhi for transferring the technology. These are the other leads from JNTBJRA: essential oils and aromatic plant resources, value-added products from plant-derived fixed oils, then a light line of medicinal plants, antiviral lead molecules, insecticidal molecules, and phytochemical embedded nanoparticles. And 2 technologies from JNTBJRA have already been transferred: Jeevani and another technology for treating psoriasis and dandruff. These are being successfully commercialized now. Okay, this is a range of products that are being sold at JNTBJRA. These are all herbal formulations that are safe to use. So herbal tea, herbal mix, and you can see over 37 products in this slide. This you can get from JNTBJRA as well as from the extension counter of KCST headquarters. Okay, this is a technology from KFRA. It is actually a binding matrix for incense sticks or incense cones. So this is also a herbal formulation that is completely safe to use, and it does not produce any pollution or any side effects. It does not contain any harmful chemicals. So, and the efficiency is also shown in the slide because it has got increased burning time and lower CO2 emission. So it's economic also and environment friendly. So the patent is granted for this product. And the Indian incense market is also expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 8.17% during the coming years. So we expect good commercialization from this product as well. Now, those were some of the technologies from KCST and its R&D centers, and now KCST is in the process of establishing an innovation hub and business incubation facility across all its R&D centers. So recognizing the need to translate the R&D findings to industry, so we have joined hands with the Kerala Startup Mission to accomplish this endeavor. So those who are there in the from the morning session itself, an MOU was signed between KCST and Kerala Startup Mission in this regard. So that's all. Thank you for your patient listening.
Thank you, ma'am. Finally, as we conclude this enriching session, let's express our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guests, speakers, and participants for making this event a grand success. To deliver the vote of thanks, we now invite Dr. Sharika A.R., Senior Scientist, KACSTE.
Good afternoon, all. Most respected dignitaries and delegates of 37th Kerala Science Congress, our KCST and R&D Center colleagues. We indeed have a very vibrant, interactive session starting from 9:30 onwards. So many a panel discussion, a lot of expert talks, etc. Probably for the first time in the history of Kerala Science Congress, we have organized such a vibrant startup conclave in this year. I sincerely thank Kerala Startup Mission for sponsoring this event and for extending all sorts of support in seamless conduct of this particular program. We had initiated the program today with a lead talk by Dr. Mr. Anup Ambika, the Chief Executive Officer of the Kerala Startup Mission. And it was very interactive, as we have seen. And I extend a heartfelt thanks to Mr. Anup Ambika for coming over here and for interacting with the audience. Thank you. And my special thanks to our Executive Vice President, Professor K.P. Sudhir, and our Member Secretary, Dr. A. Sabu, for extending all the support, and to our Member Secretary, especially for being so generous to arrange customized T-shirts for all our committee or all our team members. Thank you, sir. We also express our deep gratitude to the esteemed panelists for the invaluable contributions in the discussion session on building a research-based entrepreneurial ecosystem. We thank the chairperson of the panel discussion, Dr. P.V. Unnikrishnan, the Member Secretary of KDISC. We also thank, on behalf of the organizing committee, Professor K.P. Sudhir, the Professor of Kerala Agriculture University, for effectively moderating the session. Our panel members for the great interaction, Dr. C.N. Ramchand, the CEO and CS of the MEC Genome Technologies and Succin Life Sciences, Dr. Sebastian Peter, the professor at JNCSR and co-founder of Breath Applied Sciences Private Limited, Dr. Preeti M., the CEO of Technology Business Incubator of NIT Calicut. Thank you all. We extend our sincere thanks to Mr. S. Belram, the CEO of Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute, TIMED, for his sharing the insights about the incubation facility of TIMED and for the interacting with the audience. Thank you, sir. We extend our appreciation and thanks to the startup leaders who have made a vibrant talk here. Mr. Amit Raman, the CEO of Inker Robotic Solutions Private Limited, Dr. Srinath Vijaykumar, the co-founder of Revin Krishi Private Limited. Thank you, both of you, and your passion and vision are truly inspiring. Thank you so much. A special thanks to Dr. Sharon B.M., the scientist of KCST, for providing valuable insights about the technologies being developed by KCST's R&D institutions. Thank you, Sharon. And I also thank Dr. Deepu Krishnan, Ms. Ashwati, from the officials from Kerala Startup Mission for their continuous support in making this program seamless and successful. And I also extend my sincere thanks to the startups who have turned over to showcase their products here just outside our hall. Startup Expo is going on there. I also request all of you to take a look at those stalls and interact with the innovators. Revin Krishi, then Prithvi Chakra Innovations, Premodia Life Sciences, Inker Robotics, Zeva Ecosystem, Sire Science, and the products of our R&D institution, Jawaharlal Nehru Botanical Garden and Research Institute. Thank you all. And I also thank our committee members, Ms. Sumi, Mr. Dr. Suvek Bala, and officials from the Aushadhi for being in a good team. I also thank our colleagues from KCST who have taken so much of effort in conducting this program, and also the KFRI and the entire Science Congress Committee for their efforts in conducting this particular session very effectively. Thank you all. I also thank the PhD scholars from JNTPGRI, Ms. Abhirami and Adira, for their efforts in conduct of this program, and also the two hosts of this program, Ms. Krishnasri and Gaudami, who are the aspiring entrepreneurs and future, a thank you to both of you. Thank you. And last but not the least, a huge round of appreciation to all our attendees, innovators, young entrepreneurs, the complete delegates of the 37th Kerala Science Congress,